Hello everyone, we're going to do part 2 of the settings for Europe. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to continue where you left off from yesterday with your notes, and we're going to begin. Again, like I said, everything in the blue is all of Europe. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So this part is going to be labeled Southern. Let's get the highlighter out. You're going to label this Southern. And what you need to know about the southern part of Europe is you need to be able to identify the countries of southern Europe, which include Spain, Portugal, Italy, Greece, and the cities are Madrid, which is in Spain, Rome, which is in Italy, and Athens, which is in Greece. The physical features you need to know are the Mediterranean Sea, the Strait of Gibraltar, can't really say that word, and the Adriatic Sea. Again, we're going to draw ourselves a map like it is here so that we'll know where these places are. So you go ahead and draw yourself a little map over to the side of your notes so that you'll know exactly where these places are labeled, and label it so that you know where they are in the southern part of Europe, and know that this is the southern part of Europe, what these cities and countries are in the southern part of Europe. We're going to move on. All right, now in East Central Europe is where we are now. You need to be able to identify the countries of Poland, the Baltic republics, which includes Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Then you need to be able to identify Hungary and the Czech Republic. So you're going to go ahead and you're also going to draw yourself a map and label where these are located in Eastern Central Europe. If you need to, like always, pause and do what you need to do and then start it back. I'm going to move on though. Now, you're going to label this part of your notes. You're going to say for Southern and East Central Europe, you're going to write down, there are going to be notes that certain bullets you need to know. This bullet reads, Southeastern European countries have access to the Mediterranean Sea, which helps to support trade. So you want to know that they have access to the Mediterranean Sea, and it helps support trade. Then the landlocked countries in Eastern Europe struggle economically since they do not have access to an ocean for trade. So you want to know that the landlocked countries struggle economically because they do not have access to an ocean. The Strait of Gibraltar links the Atlantic Ocean directly to the Mediterranean Sea. So that's what you need to know. You need to know all of this basically. The Strait of Gibraltar links Atlantic Ocean directly to Mediterranean Sea. All right, so we're going to move on. Stop it if you need to. Like always, I tell you, if you need to stop it and make sure you get all the notes done correctly, then go ahead and stop it. Now, for the Balkan area of Europe, you're going to write this down. You're going to label it the Balkan. You're going to draw yourself a map out to the side with all these little countries located, because these are the countries you need to be able to identify as the Balkan part of Europe. And that would be Romania, Bulgaria, the former Yugoslav republics, and all of those include Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, and Her Her Herzegovina, Serbia, I may not have said that right, and Montenegro, and Macedonia. And this is Macedonia. And then, of course, you need to know Albania. This is all the Balkan part of Europe. So you, again, draw yourself a map so you know where everything is and what part of Europe this is. I'm going to move on, pause it, draw the map, label the map, and then go ahead and continue on. I'm moving on though. Now, in this part of Europe, which is considered Ukraine, Belarus, and Moldova, you need to be able to identify the countries of Ukraine, Belarus, and Moldova. And the physical features here are just the Black Sea. So again, draw yourself a map and label where everything is. It is showing up right here. The Belarus, Ukraine, Moldova, which is a very tiny little country. And then, of course, the Black Sea, which is there in the white. Now, I'm going to move on. Again, pause it so that you can get everything drawn out and you know exactly where it's located at. The next thing is you're going to need to know the notes about Balkans, Ukraine, Belarus, and Moldova. And you're going to label it that because this is what the notes are going to be on. So, the mountainous region of the Balkan Peninsula has isolated various ethnic tribes and resulted in splintered small countries. So, the Balkan Peninsula isolated various ethnic tribes and splintered small countries. So that's basically what those are because of that. The Ukraine and Russia can be in dispute with one another regarding lands surrounding the Black Sea as it gives them access to water trade route. So the Black Sea gives access to water trade for the Ukraine and Russia. Now, a landlocked country like Belarus struggles economically since it does not have access to an ocean for trade. So, Belarus, you would put, is a landlocked country, which means no access to an ocean. Doesn't have access to an ocean. Okay. Now, that was our last slide for today. So go back and update your table of contents, and we're through with the settings on Europe. And next week, we'll move on to the culture. Now you can do your assignments.